Welcome to All Things Moore County, Moore County's weekly radio show highlighting the many facets of the Sandhills. That includes real estate, lifestyle, community and neighborhoods. And now from 4 Properties, here's your host, Bill Sahadi.
Good morning and welcome to the talk show, All Things Moore County. We are live today for 2 hours at the Fair Barn for the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo. We're going to be here today till 12. We're going to be speaking with a lot of the exhibitors, a lot of the people who have participated in the Moore County Home Builders Association, which is actually one of the largest trade organizations in Moore County. And every year we've done this, we've always spoken about the show as one of the first rites of spring. You can almost mark your calendar by the show in early March with spring right around the corner, even though we've had some warm weather the last couple of weeks. We've got a gorgeous day today. There's plenty of parking. The show is going to be running today from Saturday at 9 a.m. till 5 today, and tomorrow from 11 to 5. There'll be food trucks here. There's a craft beer garden. There are going to be some exhibitions. There are going to be some demonstrations. And it's going to be something that you can come over and spend 4 or 5 hours. Admission is only $7 at the door. And the show is in full throttle as we speak, even though it's early. And it's a great opportunity to come and talk to the vendors who are here. They're here to educate, they're here to instruct, they're here to give you some ideas, and as a result of coming in and meeting some of these vendors, you can set up meetings in a follow-up after the show, get to their showroom, and anything from landscaping to construction to roofing to heating and air to plumbing, alarm technology. There's so many storage facilities and the abilities to increase storage area in a home. So we're going to start today, and we're going to actually be speaking with Martin Hovland, who is the manager of Builders First Source, and they are the prime sponsor for the event today. And Martin, I don't know how. First of all, I want to say good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How many years do we go back? A couple of years.
Quite a few, yeah. I think 05, 06 was when I first met you through one of our associates in the Moore County Home Builders Association that I work for.
That's right. And, yeah, I've been here since, since 99, and it's hard to believe 18 years have come and gone. How much has changed in 18 years in Moore County?
Well, there have been quite a bit of change. I mean, including the downturn that we had. That thankfully we're on the other side of that, and building has picked up and business has picked up, and you can kind of see that around here today by the number of folks that are exhibiting and the number of people that are attending the show. Builders
First Source is an integral part of the show. You have relationships with most of the builders in Moore County. You are the go-to resource for all the basic supplies. I always like to liken a company like yours as like the axis of the wheel, and then there are spokes that go off that axis for other types of services, but it starts with Builders First Source, doesn't it? Yes, sir. I like that analogy. Really, when someone talks about their home projects or building their home, we do carry most of the products necessary to build your home, and it's a great place to start. People looking to do any kind of remodel, once again, a great place to start. About the only thing we don't carry is like cabinetry and finished flooring, but we've got several of our associates through the Home Builders Association that are represented here today that would serve you in that need. But if you need to upgrade your windows or exterior doors, that type of thing, come on down and see us. We have specialists that can help guide you through your project. And as you say, we like being sort of the hub because a lot of our associates through the Moore County Home Builders Association do count on us, and we are a partner with their business. So that's a great analogy. I like that. Don't most people who might be thinking of building a home, wouldn't they be a little intimidated by coming in on their own without their builder, without their contractor? They would be, and certainly I'm not advocating that, but those people that are trying to go out there and get some ideas on
if they have their little project that they want to deal with. Certainly, if you're building a home, that would be my recommendation. Go out and find a builder member through the Moore County Home Builders Association, and get started there. Talk about your ideas and your budget, and work with them, and they would work with us alongside of you to kind of help you through your project.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who have been moving into Moore County over the last 5 or 6 years, and it's a different demographic than it was 10 years ago. But the one thing that people don't understand, and I think you can speak to this, is the spirit with which the relationship you have with the other contractors who are members of the home builders is, and why it's a special relationship.
Well, those relationships are built throughout the years. I've only been with Builders First Source now for about 4 years, but I've been in Moore County since 2004, and been able to build quite a few relationships with member builders and fellow builders, through just getting out within the Moore County Home Builders Association and getting to know those people. But you're right, that's really the foundation, those relationships that we have, and it's great when a builder relies on us to be their business partner, because that's really truly how we view our relationship.
Talk to me a little bit about your sales team as well, because you've got some really good people on the front end who are going out to the sites, who are putting the quotes together.
Yeah, so on the front end, when you walk through the door, we do have a sales counter, and we have 3 sales associates at the sales counter that are there willing to help you as you walk in. Our outside sales source, we have a really good, strong group of people that have been in the industry for a number of years, have great experience, and literally have a breadth of product knowledge that's very, very strong, so that they're able to help our builders as well as some of the homeowners that we assign them to. Yeah. Great, strong team.
Yeah, and I've actually had firsthand experience working with some of your guys on some remodeling that I've done in the past, and I've just always enjoyed the process with them. They're very straight, they're very honest, they come right up to you, they lay out what you need. And I had a general contractor working on the project who was a member of the home builders, and I myself couldn't micromanage it myself, all by myself. So it's a good relationship. 2018, if you talk to anybody, everyone tells you how busy they are. The market has been percolating in a lot of ways. Do you see the type of growth we've had in the last 2 or 3 years continuing? Is it frenetic? Because we're so busy on the real estate side.
We are busy, and I wish I had that crystal ball to tell how long it would last, because if I did, I'd be retired somewhere. But no, I enjoy what I do at Builders First Source, and that's one of the things that we always strive to look at is, how healthy is the market, how strong is the market, and we're certainly hopeful that it remains strong, certainly for the foreseeable future. But right now, we're quite busy. We're quoting, very regularly, and we're also shipping material very regularly to some of our regular builders. So for us, business is strong, and to the point, basically, where it was kind of pre-downturn. Yeah. I mean, that's really how strong it has been this year. So that's good stuff.
Can you talk very briefly a little bit about the cost of materials for new construction? Because they are continually going up.
Yeah, we've had some issues in the industry. I mean, commodity markets have been pretty strong, but once again, all of those things are really just pointing to the fact that that building is strong, demand is out there, and that people are intent on making sure their projects are complete.
Yeah, Martin. It's good to have to see you, and I know you're going to be spending a lot of time today talking with a lot of people, a lot of exhibitors, and you're here all day today till 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, you're here from 11 to 5.
Right.
So we encourage people to come in and introduce themselves, get to know you, get to know Builders First Source, and the good work that you do within the association.
Yeah, come on out. If you have any ideas for your project, it's a great place to come and talk to the people that are specialists in their field,
right,
and get some ideas. If you don't have any ideas and you want to create some ideas, you can also do that here. So We're proud to support the Moore County Home Builders Association. That's a relationship that's very strong with Builders First Source, and happy to be here.
Yeah.
Good to see you again as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you could come and kick off the show with us today.
Thank you.
Good luck in the show.
All right.
Thanks, Morton. We're at the Home Builders, the Spring Home and Garden Expo, the Moore County Home Builders Expo today till 12 noon. And I'm also being joined by Al Mangum, who has, Al, you've done a great job of getting set up with some of the best exhibitors here at the show for us to talk with today. And you've been involved in the Moore County Home Builders for quite a while.
Well, you know what? I was actually a member for a while, several years ago, when I was with another radio station. So I know quite a few of these guys.
That's when I first met you, when you were with another radio station.
Exactly. Jeramy Hooper is with Ferguson's Kitchen and Bath, and he has not shown up at this point. We would like to have you on, Jeramy, if you are listening. And I can tell you some things about that, and I don't know if you've been in their showroom before, but Ferguson's is almost a national company.
Right.
And Jeramy's been the manager of there, I know, for several years, and it's located on Highway 5. They're right across from the Food Lion Shopping Center. But if you're looking for some very unique things for your kitchen, for your bathroom, and a lot of other amenities, then you should stop by that showroom. It is a beautiful showroom.
Yeah. We're going to be talking to a whole bunch of guests today, but you also let me know that there are going to be some exhibits done today, some training sessions.
Yeah, and another thing, too, about the $7 admission, any children under 12 are free.
Right.
Okay? And right now, as a matter of fact, there are different demonstrations taking place in the white tent right on the back of the Fair Barn. And by the way, that tent almost blew down yesterday.
Did it really, with all the wind?
Whoa. They had to come in early this morning to fix it up again. But Jack Hayden with floral and custom floral arrangements is in the tent right now. And Pineland Homes and Remodeling with Ryan Pascal will be also making a demonstration. And Ryan is going to be on with us very shortly. So
one of the things that the home builders do a real good job of every year is they cater to so many of the people who are moving into Moore County who get involved in remodeling projects. You know, we have a lot of new construction going on all over Moore County, but we also have a large and a very classy inventory of older homes that in some cases might be considered frozen in time, and they need to have their spirit brought up. And so remodeling is a very big business here, and if somebody were to come by today, they can get so many ideas from just shopping the exhibitors on improvements that they want to make to their home. It's almost become like a cottage industry.
Right.
So compared to where we were way back in 2005 to today, we're seeing a lot of older homes being brought up to current condition, great landscaping, the advent of a lot of engineered flooring, new windows. People are very security conscious and very energy conscious. And so we're going to have some opportunities to talk to some people about that as well.
We're probably going to need to take a commercial break here, and we're
okay.
Come on over, Warren. You and Ryan. Okay.
Are we going to go to break, or are we going to continue to?
Yeah, we can go to break.
Okay, we'll be right back. This is All Things Moore County at the Spring Home and Garden Expo at the Fair Barn.
Bank, North Carolina's largest independent community bank. We know you have dreams for yourself, your family, your community. The local teams at First Bank believe in your dreams, and we're on a mission to make the impossible possible. Enter our Dream It, Do It contest, and you could win up to $25,000 to make your dreams come true. For contest rules and details, go online to localfirstbank.com/dreamitdoit or see the ads in the Pilot and local magazines.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Can't find time to go to the dentist? Go to Sandhills Weekend Dental in West End. Open Wednesday through Saturday at 9 a.m. Dr. Terry Ann Sams does general dentistry, dental implants, crowns, and preventive care. Look for the Little White House up on the hill on Highway 211 west of Harris Teeter. Go to sandhillsweekenddental.com or call 910-687-4423. You won't have to wait weeks for an appointment. 910-687-4423. 687-4423.
Eat, kiss, and smile better.
Building a new home or thinking about changing your existing flooring? Shop and save today at Aberdeen Carpet. Aberdeen Carpet has the largest selection in the area for all your flooring needs. Hardwood, carpet, laminate, ceramic tile, and the newest trend of easy-to-install luxury vinyl plank flooring. Hurry while the selection is best. Guaranteed installation, free estimates, and financing is available. Aberdeen Carpet on Highway 5 in Aberdeen near Habitat for Humanity. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 4. Call 944-6204 or visit aberdeencarpet.com.
By using local businesses, you give back to your community, supporting your police, fire, and rescue departments, town maintenance, and schools. You create jobs and friendships. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals has been your plumbing contractor for many years and wants to continue serving this great community for many more to come. For outstanding service, call your local plumber, John Cole's Plumbing Professionals, 910-639-4933, 639-4933.
We're at the Fair Barn at the Spring Home and Garden Expo. Their hours today are till 5 p.m. and tomorrow, Sunday, from 11 to 5. $7 admission. Children are free under 12 years old. And it's a great place to come and look at some of the best contractors in Moore County, whether you have remodeling questions, new construction questions, improvement questions for your home. And we're going to be speaking with a lot of the exhibitors today. We had just spoke with the prime sponsor, Builders First Source, and I have sitting with me right now Warren Wakeland, who is the Moore County Home Builder Association Executive Director. And I want to say good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill.
You've got this 3-day show, and we had always talked about this show as the first rite of spring in Moore County, where people could mark their calendar. Mm-hmm. Once the home builder show happens, we start to kick into pollen season. People are starting to look at their landscaping and their hardscaping needs, and so the timing is always good, and it's always a couple of weeks before the Masters.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit interesting. When your car starts turning yellow, go to the Spring Home Garden Expo.
That's right. How long have you been with Moore County Home Builders?
I've been with them right at a year.
And you are from Tennessee originally?
Originally from the Nashville area.
What brought you to Moore County?
Partly this and the opportunity to live here in Pinehurst, here in Moore County. I worked here for a while back in the 2000s. And I shouldn't say here, but it was in Wilmington.
Right.
And we come up here every now and then, and so I know what the quality of life here is.
Right.
And when I got this opportunity, I said it's a great place to live, it's a great place to work. Anything I can do to get here, I'm going to do.
Why, to people who don't know, who are moving into this area, because there are so many people moving here who are not familiar with Moore County, why is it important for them to understand why Moore County home builders as opposed to just somebody's name they might pick out of a phone book?
Well, you've got, with the Moore County home builders, the one thing you can count on is high ethics. You know you're going to get a quality builder, keeps himself educated, keeps herself educated. They build a quality product. They work with their clients. It's one of the things that we stress as an association. Keep a high ethical standard. Keep high contact with your clients, high contact with the community. And the people who join the association, they want to provide the best for their customers, and we offer them the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to reach out to other people, other vendors, other suppliers, to be able to provide the best they can for their clients. It's an advantage you get in the association that you don't get otherwise, because if you're not a member of the association, you don't get all the information we provide. You don't get all the opportunities to contact other people, other builders, other suppliers. A lot of the people who are in our show today are members, and it's harder to get the opportunity if you're a builder, harder to find them. You can find them all right here today.
That's right.
But you can find them all anytime with our association.
Yeah. You know, in the 18 years that I've lived here, the one observation I can make about people who are members of the Home Builders Association is how well they work together.
Yes.
You can start with one contractor, but that contractor has relationships under the umbrella of the Moore County Home Builders, and guess what? They work together in synergy. They reach out to one another, and there's a great spirit of cooperation.
One of the things that we stress as an association is asking the members to work with the members, because they know who they are, they know the ethical standards they uphold, and they know they're going to be able to provide quality work for their clients, for the people who want to build their own homes, or if they want to remodel or add a bath, whatever you may want to do.
Yeah.
You're always going to work with ethical people.
You ever hear the expression, the toughest test of a marriage is for a couple to hire a builder and build a new construction home together?
I've heard that way too many times.
And so much of that is going to be lightened, that stress or the unknown. Because most people, they're laymen, they go in, and trust is an essential part of the ingredient.
And one of the things that contractors understand, I know our contractors do, is that each client is the most important client they have.
Right.
They treat them as the most important client they have. What the client wants is what the client should have. And part of the idea of being a member is you get the educational opportunity so that when the client wants something, you can tell them, well, this is a good idea, or maybe we can do something better. And it's something that a non-member would have a harder time doing because they don't get the educational opportunities.
Warren, you were telling me a few days ago about the involvement that home builders are doing in the general community,
yes.
like attending school board meetings and things of that nature. And
well, one of the things that we believe in as an association, we use a phrase, builders build communities. We're not just about building a home. We're not just about taking a lot and putting something up. Part of what we believe in is fitting into the community, making sure that the schools have good teachers, have good facilities, making sure the environment is protected, making sure transportation runs so that people can want to move here. Because the more people want to move here, the more business we can do.
Yep. You also have an interesting background you might want to talk about.
You're talking about before?
Yeah, yes.
I was a professional race car driver for a while, which is why you can't see it on the radio, but I limp around.
Okay.
I don't know too many race car drivers who don't, for some way, shape, or form. But no, I raced cars for a while, and I think that gives me an opportunity, or it gives me the ability to adjust on the fly, which is something we had to do yesterday with all the wind that was here. We have a tent out back that has 12 extra booths in it. It was so windy yesterday, the producers who put the tent up said it's too dangerous to open it.
Yeah.
So we had to close the tent yesterday.
Yeah.
And believe me, that's a lot of adjustment because you've got 12 booth spaces back there and they want the opportunity to do business. That's why they're here. We want them to be here. So, I think my background helps me adjust to things like that and helps them get as much business as they can on the fly.
Right. You have been an executive director of different associations, I know. Yeah.
I've been doing this now. This is my 6th year running an HBA. I ran one out in Utah for a little while, and then before we came back here.
Okay. Well, you're doing a great job. Okay.
Well, thank you.
Tell us real quick about the special events that are being held here today and tomorrow that people will see when they come.
Sure. We have seminars going on. In fact, there's one going on right now about floral arrangements. We have seminars today through 2 o'clock. We have seminars tomorrow from 11 to 2. And there are all sorts of different things that we're bringing in. As I say, we've got floral arrangements now. At 11 o'clock, we've got a builder coming in to teach you how to build a custom home. Later on today, we have a cabinet maker who's going to teach you about they're going to show you 3D home kitchen design, which I'm really looking forward to. It's one of those things, I don't know what you call those things you put on your head for 3D and virtual reality, but they're setting that up, and it's going to be really interesting to see.
Okay.
We've got the fire department coming in here tomorrow morning to talk about fire safety and to teach people how to use a fire extinguisher. It seems simple, but a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yep.
We've got the Moore County Sheriff's Office coming in to talk about home safety. We've got a lot of good seminars.
I appreciate you coming by to talk to us this morning. I know you're going to be busy during the next 2 days, and we have a couple of your members who we're going to also be talking to today. Mm-hmm. So wish you well in your tenure, and it's a great association.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We appreciate y'all coming out here and doing the show.
Thank you so much. Warren Wakeland is the executive director of the Home Builders Association, and we are also now going to be speaking with Jeramy Hooper from Ferguson Kitchen and Bath, and everybody in Moore County has heard of them. And if you haven't, you can get out here because they are a major supplier to a lot of the builders and contractors. Jeramy, good morning.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
It's good to see you. Yeah, and I can tell from firsthand experience you practice what you preach, because you and your wife just actually finished I think you finished your new construction home.
We did. We finished a construction house about 30 days ago.
So you moved in?
Well, we have moved in. Everything we own is in boxes.
Is that right?
It is.
It's a small world here. People get to know each other very quickly in a lot of different ways. And Jeramy and his wife, who works for the pilot, had actually purchased a lot and built a beautiful home. My guess is you worked within the confines of the Moore County Home Builders Association from the get-go.
Yeah, we sure did. And I tell you, we had an easier path because of my association with the Moore County Home Builders Association, with the contacts that I've developed being associated with the membership. It makes everything a lot easier.
Yeah. Tell us about Ferguson Kitchen and Bath, because I've done a couple of remodels myself, and Ferguson is always the go-to resource for the contractors that I work with. For those who don't know, just a big picture overview of Ferguson.
Sure. We're a nationwide distributor of lighting, appliances, and plumbing products. Our target market is the construction trade. We do have showrooms across the nation that are open to the public for anyone who's doing a high-end remodel, or all the way down who just wants to switch out a refrigerator or a dishwasher. That is who we are. We are there to help you with the professional side of the business, the knowledge and the expertise, the contacts that you may need to do whatever project you have. Our background is really moving products from a distribution channel. But locally, you see us in smaller buildings because we want to be face-to-face with who we're doing business with.
Yeah. Just for the layman, throw some brands at me, the kind of brands that you work with.
Well, there's very few brands in our industry that we don't work with.
Okay.
Things that we do are Viking appliances. We do Kohler plumbing products. We do Delta plumbing products. We do Kichler lighting. We do Hinckley lighting. We do Moen fixtures. We do American Standard. So there's very few that we don't do.
Okay. And a lot of remodel work. It isn't just new construction.
That's right. You know, we're in a market here today where about 20% of the total market is remodeling. That's very large for a community. And without that remodeling market, we really wouldn't be able to have the presence we have.
Do you attribute the remodeling to a lot of the newer demographic moving in, the younger family who are buying older homes and who want something eclectic that they can restore and bring up to today's standards?
It's definitely a big part of it, but I'll tell you, it's always been a very strong remodeling market.
Yep.
And even through a lot of the changes that we see today. And I think it has to do with we have brand new homes intermingled with older homes. And when we have that, we tend to want the older homes to look as good as the next door neighbor. So we have a high remodel changeover market.
Yeah. I also notice in Moore County there's becoming more emphasis on single-level patio homes. Mm-hmm. Not just the new construction homes for the military market, but there's so many people who own homes who want to downsize, and downsizing opportunities are very important as the population gets a little bit older.
You're right on, and I tell you that's why I love this market is because we can drive around the market and we can drive around the community and we see a very large home in some of these communities, but that's not exactly who we are here in Moore County.
That's right, not anymore.
And I would argue that we have always been that, because you could buy a house at any price point here in our market, new construction. You can buy one that's on the market today to remodel it at any price point, any size, whatever fits your needs. We're an all-encompass market, and it's great.
Yeah. The market has been strong. it's been very vibrant the last couple of years. I remember 5-6 years ago we did the show, and the market was sort of in transition and kind of in flux. Things have shifted. It's been consistently strong, a lot of growth. I asked somebody else we spoke to this morning what your forecast was, and I say the same thing when someone asks me about the future value of a home. I say, I can't predict tomorrow's weather. What do you say?
Well, we can't control tomorrow's market.
Right.
You know, the same thing.
Right.
And what we can do is control who we are and what we do in the market. And that's why we're a member of the Home Builders Association, and that's why we participate in the show, is because if we focus on what's important in our market, then, you know, the exposure by company comes to it. But what I think is going to happen here in Moore County is we're going to continue to be a very wide market, whether that's commercial, whether that is residential. We just talked about the small square foot home and the large square foot home. I think that's going to continue to drive all those angles, at least for the short term, next 5 years or so.
Right. It's a pleasure to have you here today, and I hope you guys get a great turnout. And you'll be here tomorrow as well, from 11 to 5 p.m.
Yep.
So it's a great way to kick off the spring season.
Bill, thank you.
Yeah.
Al, thank you.
Good to see you.
Have a great day.
Jeramy Hooper, thank you from Ferguson Kitchen and Bath. We appreciate your time. Thank you. And we see some old friends and we see some new friends. And Al, you have a guest that you would like to speak with? Hi. How are you?
Yes, this is Nicole Worley with Sandhills Community College. And it's kind of interesting that we would have someone from the community college here at a home show. So tell us... Oops. We're getting the microphone situated. Okay, I bet you can hear me now, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, tell us why community college is here at the home show.
Oh, well, we want to get word out to the community about some of the opportunities we have coming up this summer. The Spring Home and Garden Show sounds like a good introduction to the spring, and everybody's thinking ahead about the warm weather.
Yep.
So we've got a lot of opportunities coming up.
Well, and a lot of people are going to be here within the next 2 days, right?
Right.
Okay, so tell us about these programs. I know we're running some ads right now on some of the new ventures that the community college is doing with an aviation program, also fire.
We have a fire science program beginning in the fall as well,
right.
Indeed.
And and then you've got a few things that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is a lot going on at Sandhills Community College. You mentioned some brand new programs coming up this fall. Those are degree-seeking programs that we're going to be offering. In continuing education, we have a lot of exciting programs coming up. First of all, College for Kids. So that was wildly popular last year. We had a lot of lineups for children ages 8 to 14. Some of those camps that we ran, of course, we have an engineering camp. We've had that for several years now. It's very popular for ages 12 up to 15. But additionally, for some of the younger kids, we have Black Rocket camps, and those are where the students get on the computer. They can design their own video games or computer apps to try out virtual reality. So Black Rocket, it was a really popular camp last year. We also do, we partner with Moore County Arts Council, and we do some camps in arts, theater. We had some kids partner up with a local theater teacher and did some theater classes as well as music classes. Equestrian camp. So we ran a camp partnering with a local horse farm where the students did a week-long horse camp. Sure.
These are great experiences for these kids.
One more I want to mention is, two more actually, a public safety camp. So we're going to give kids an opportunity to explore careers in public safety, whether it be firefighting, law enforcement. So they're going to meet some of these local first responders and spend a week with them learning about the careers in public safety.
Okay.
And then drone flying drones, learning how to operate them. That's a new technology on the horizon. As we know, right here in Moore County, it's been utilized to save someone recently.
And used very much in our real estate business as well.
Sure.
Photography, it's a whole new world.
Absolutely. So kids will get some hands-on experience learning about operating drones.
Yeah. What about the building industry related to the community college?
Absolutely. So we've had a lot of interest in some of our construction trades. As you know, certainly we have HVAC program. We are looking more and more at partnering with the local Home Builders Association, to run more classes. We have electrical and electrical apprentice, and we're looking at offering more in order to meet that local need.
Nick, I need to ask you, the job market is changing every day, and what the schools train kids to do has changed as well, and it doesn't always equip the children when they're coming out of high school for jobs.
Right.
And a lot of the programs that you have are more earmarked towards the changing jobs that are happening in our world, which some of them didn't exist 10, 15 years ago.
Right. You're exactly right, and you're touching on a point close to home for me. Currently, at least 68% of the job market requires some kind of technical training outside of high school, and only about 40% of people have that kind of training. So there's a lot of jobs that require technical skills. More jobs available now than there were 20 years ago.
Right.
That don't necessarily require a 4-year college degree.
Right.
And so at the community college, we need to meet that need. We need to have technical training skills available, and that's what we specialize in: continuing education and in our certificate and diploma programs at the college.
One other.
Go ahead now.
We probably need to wrap this up pretty quickly. We have Wayne Haddock is going to speak to us for a few minutes. John Dempsey told me the other day that he's going to be doing a program on Hamilton.
Yes.
And so he's really promoting that a lot. Now, is this a 2-hour event?
Oh, gosh. You know, I don't know how long it will be.
It's free.
It is absolutely free, and it is the end of this month. I believe it's March
27th, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say 26th or 27th. Sure.
Okay.
And so he loves the play, he loves the music, but he's really going to talk a lot about the history and the real story behind it.
Well, he enjoys doing that.
That's called Back to the Classroom.
Uh-huh.
So, that's open to the community as well.
Were you ever a teacher?
I was in a basic skills program.
Well, you have those basic skills. I can tell. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Nicole Worley with St. Joe's Community College.
We are going to be sitting and talking with Wayne Haddock from Pinehurst Homes.
You want me to do this?
I do.
I can't sing.
We are... I mark the spring by the Moore County Home Builders Association, but I also mark it by hopefully my annual interview with Wayne Haddock, and we want to get him all wired up and make sure he's good to go. I know that you this year did not come in with a booth due to lots of family issues. You're a new grandfather, and you've got a couple of health things going on with family, but you had to pull out at the last minute, but you're walking around here like you're the governor of the state, and everyone is coming up to greet you.
Well, you know, when you've been in the association as long as I have, you know a lot of folks, and, you know, we love Moore County and love the Home Builders Association, you know, for sure.
What does a Moore County Home Builders Association mean to you? What does a Moore County Home Builders Association mean to you?
Everything. You know, when I started building, the association had been formed about 3 years, and when I joined, so there wasn't very many members. In '86, I served as president. I've served 3 different terms, and I've been on the board probably my entire membership, with the exception of about 6 years. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful organization. You know, it's grown my business, and the resources, both, you know, statewide and nationally, are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, to help you with code councils and different things like that. It's it couldn't be replaced, you know, in my resume.
We've talked about the importance of working with contractors who are with the Moore County Home Builders Association for lots of reasons. I made that decision 5 years ago when you and I worked together on a renovation of a historic cottage in downtown Southern Pines.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, aside from the fact that I had known you professionally and liked you, I also made a decision that it was important to work with you because Pinehurst Homes resonated with the real estate brokerage community. And in doing a renovation, brokers look to see who was the author of the book or who was the builder of the property, because it means something to them. So we practice what we preach.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We enjoyed working with you both personally and professionally. And the Home Builders Association. Someone that's looking for a builder, if they select a builder that's in the Home Builders Association, can be pretty well assured that they're established
That's right.
builder, and not someone that only owns a pickup truck. Most of our builders have unlimited license, which is very important. You can be assured they've got financial stability if they have an unlimited license.
That's right.
We did that historical work for you, and
right.
That's something that we enjoy doing. We take a lot of pride in our historical renovations and restorations, and along with new construction and additions.
How do you break it down these days? What is the percentage of new construction that you're doing versus remodeling?
When back when the economy was so bad, we did so many bathrooms. I'll be honest with you, I had to go on my own when I got home. But we're seeing a real surge of custom homes again, which is very refreshing. Our area has a lot of retirement people, and we have more new homes in design and construction than I have ever had in the entire career of my business. Our remodels and additions they're not. It was about 50-50 before, and now our new construction is probably 60% of our business, with our renovation remodels 40%, to answer your question. But
right.
It's really great to see some new construction back in the deal.
Sometimes people are surprised to know that remodeling on a square foot basis could actually be more expensive than new construction.
Yes, absolutely, and particularly when you're talking about additions, and when you're building a new house, you don't have any demolition to deal with. When you're doing an addition or a renovation remodel, there's quite a bit of work you've got to do to prepare before you can even begin the construction. When we do a shower in a new house and do a shower in a renovation, the tile work and all is the same cost. But the preparation of getting that shower in a renovation is twice as much. On an addition, for example, the overhangs on the house and the brick siding, all that has to be removed before you can do any work to do that addition there. So it's much more.
Well, we appreciate you coming by. I was pleasantly surprised to see you. I didn't think we were going to see you this year. But regards to your family and your new grandson.
Yep.
Briar.
Got a new grandson.
You believe it?
Beautiful little baby. No, I can't believe I've got a grandson.
You look in the mirror and you go, I'm still 40. And yet, no, I have a grandson.
I know,
and
yeah,
how can
right.
that possibly
I wish
be?
I was 40.
Right.
I asked Vicki the other day, can you believe our baby boy has got a
baby
child?
boy? Congratulations, and I know it's going to be a busy year for you on a lot of fronts. But as always, we wish you well, and I'm glad you could stop by to see us.
Thank you, Bill, so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Wayne. We're at the Spring Home and Garden Show at the Fair Barn. We're going to be here until 12 today, and they'll be here today till 5, and the doors will be open tomorrow from 11 to 5. And tickets are $7. Kids are free if they're under 12, and we've got a lot of people here right now. There's ample parking. There are food trucks. So it's a place to come and hang for a couple of hours and learn a lot of things about probably some improvements you might want to do with your home. This is All Things Moore County. We'll be back in a minute.
Worry-free worry-free flooring? Innovia Extreme Clean Carpet from JB Short Carpet One has permanent stain protection built into every fiber. Most stains clean up easily with plain water, so no worries. Now, during the worry-free flooring sale, save up to 50% on select flooring store-wide, featuring Innovia Extreme Clean Carpets with special 18-month financing only at JB Short Carpet One. JB Short Carpet One, Highway 1 North between Southern Pines and Bass, or on the web at shortcarpet1.com. Finance subject to credit approval. See store for details.
Learn, engage, and belong at Sandhills Community College. Sandhills will be adding 2 new programs to the already outstanding slate of majors offered. If you are interested in a career in aviation, we are going to begin offering an aviation management program and a professional pilot program. For those wanting to gain technical, managerial, and leadership skills needed for a solid career in firefighting, we will be offering fire protection technology. These 3 programs will begin fall semester 2018. Apply today at sandhills.edu.
Do you know what's lurking in the water that comes in contact with you and your family? Is there something in your water? Bad odor, bacteria, iron, lead, arsenic, brown or blue-green stains? Do you have dry skin, hair discoloration, or your water just tastes bad? If you need an RO system or water conditioning, then it's time to call American Water Treatment Services. We at American believe that we can do just about anything with your water, except walk on it. Our water guys believe that you, as a customer, deserve prompt and courteous service at a fair price. American Water Treatment is fully insured with a AAA Plus rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call American Water Treatment for a free in-home water analysis. You can also find us in the yellow pages under Water. Call American Water Treatment at 910-944-3140 or online at AmericanWTS.com. Call us at 910-944-3140 and ask for the Water Guys, 944-3140.
Next segment here at the Moore County Home Builders Expo at the Fair Barn, and we're going to be here till 12 noon today. Al, you have an exhibitor you'd like to speak with?
Well, John Cole is one of our advertisers that I have on the radio station, and I've gotten to know he and his wife Alice, and they're great people, and his business seems to be growing substantially. He's getting lots of business from me recently. I had a leak in one place of underneath my crawl space.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later, I had another leak.
Welcome to the club.
Exactly. So when your homes are reaching the 20-year mark or more than 20 years, those things happen.
We appreciate being asked to come over and talk to you guys today, and we appreciate you single-handedly keeping us in business, Al.
We ran a commercial for him a while ago. I don't know if you remember the song "Big Bad John."
Oh,
Jimmy Dean.
I went to true story. I went to school. I went to high school with Jimmy Dean's daughter.
Oh, wow. Did you?
Connie Dean. Yes, I did.
Oh,
she was a
goodness.
year behind me in school, and we grew up in Tenafly, New Jersey. And Jimmy Dean and his two children were in a Tenafly High School.
Every time he can relate to just about
crazy.
Anything. I mean, and you're not that old. You're not as old as I am.
No, I don't. I'm getting there.
Okay. Tell us about your business. How are things going?
It's great. We've had another successful year. Moore County's been very, very good to us. We're a full-service plumbing company. We do new construction, residential service work. Also, we get into the commercial side, doing service work and a little bit of construction there also. But we can take care of most any of the plumbing needs.
Okay. Now, you have a son that's, was at Pinecrest. Has he graduated?
Yeah, I have 2 sons that graduated from Pinecrest.
Okay.
One is a senior at East Carolina. The other's a sophomore at NC State. So.
Okay. Go State. They got to win today.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
John, I have a question. In our business, in the real estate business, when we are reselling homes, one of the biggest issues that always come up has to do with plumbing, because if people can't see it, they don't know if it exists, if there's an issue, if there's a leak. And what do you recommend to people, even if they're not selling their home, every couple of years, shouldn't they have a crawl space checkup where you walk through a list of to do, just like a physical exam?
It's not a bad idea. So many times we get calls where a pest control guy has done their yearly inspection, and we get the call that they've got a leak in their crawl space, and sometimes it's not a pretty situation because the leak has been there for a long time. We had a call this past week where somebody had a hot water line that was leaking, and from the steam that was created for that, their entire crawl space looked like a greenhouse.
Right.
And they didn't know it until their wood floors were buckling inside the house.
Yeah. You work with a lot of the builders, new construction, and we've talked to a lot of people here today, and they've all said the same thing. The spirit the spirit of cooperation amongst other members here is what makes working with a Moore County home builder member such an important thing to do.
It is. I mean, we're a community trying to build the best product we can. I don't really look at the other plumbers in the area as rivals. I mean, most of the time we're all friends. Our goal is to build the best house we can and to, make Moore County a better community.
How long have you been in business?
I've been plumbing since '98, so I've been doing it for quite a while. John Cole's Plumbing Professionals came into existence in 2009. Over the last 9 years, we've grown exponentially. We're going to hopefully be building a new building soon to be able to stretch our legs out a little bit because we're pretty cramped in our offices right now.
Yeah. If people come to your booth today or tomorrow, what are they going to find there that they can visualize, put their eyes on?
We've got a display for a tankless water heater that's always a hot topic. We've got a little cutaway of the backflows. That's kind of been a hot topic in this county for probably at least a year now with the regulations and all the deadlines that's been set. So we've been trying to educate the community on those items.
Can you talk a little bit about the difference between a tankless hot water heater and the standard hot water heater? Because we hear points of view from both sides of the aisle on it.
Well, the standard water heater is going to be the electric water heater. Most of us have them in our crawl spaces, in our garages. The new product, and it's not that new, it's been around for a couple of decades really. But the tankless is a great water heater for giving you endless hot water. Depending upon your situation, price of propane or natural gas, whether or not there's a return on your investment there. So really, to me, the main purpose in buying a tankless water heater is endless hot water. If you're having issues with running out, you have 2 or 3 kids trying to take showers all in the morning, that last one better be quick.
But also more lower utility bills as well.
It is more energy efficient than the tank water heaters, not having to keep that hot water stored up. It is going to be more expensive in the initial install, but at some point in time you hope you do get that money back on the energy you saved.
Okay. Can you talk to me a little bit about an issue that does come up in Moore County on homes sometimes built in the 70s or 80s, polybutylene pipes?
Poly's kind of a hot topic. It's a combination of the pipe and the fittings that creates the problem. A lot of people have poly pipe, and it's 20 years old, and they've never had a problem with a leak. I would say if you've got 20-year-old water lines, poly's just as acceptable to leaking as copper would be, once it's got 20 years behind it.
Right. Okay. We would like people to come by and stop and see your booth here at the Home Builders Show. John, appreciate you coming by to see us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And wish you have a great show.
Great. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Homeowners are now in on the secret that lawn care professionals have known for years, and that is that Walker riding mowers are one of the finest riding mowers available anywhere. Superior cut and grass handling capability means faster mowing time. That means more time spent on what you want to do.
Or more honeydews.
See Beaver Equipment on Highway 211 East in Aberdeen and talk to James about the Walker riding mower before you buy and see for yourself the versatility and economy of a Walker mower. Then you too can mow like a professional.
For professional level equipment and reliable, honest service on pressure washers, air compressors, mowers, blowers, chainsaws, trimmers, and supplies to the trade and the smart homeowner, come to Beaver Equipment on Highway 211 East in Aberdeen, 944-0402. Again, that's 944-0402.
It's that time of year when you need to be sure your heating system is running properly for your comfort and to reduce your energy bills. Fields Plumbing and Heating has served Moore County since 1948, when its founder, J. Ellis Fields, started providing heating services to residents and local hotels. Today, Fields Plumbing and Heating continues to provide you the best customer service at the best possible price. Fields Plumbing and Heating, the company with the most experience. Call 910-949-3232. 949-3232.
What keeps your house toasty warm, cooks your food and heats your water, and gives you a great excuse to hang out in front of your fireplace? Propane gas brought to you by Mcneil Oil and Propane of Aberdeen. Mcneil Oil and Propane can handle all of your propane or heating oil needs. Call them at 944-2329 and have them come out to fill your own tank, or they can provide you with a new one. When you need propane or heating oil, call Mcneil Oil and Propane today at 944-2329. That's 944-2329.
Most of us have to live on a budget. That's a fact. But smart budgeting doesn't always mean sacrifice. Hi, this is Charles McKnight. At Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai Pre-Owned, we seek to make your buying experience easy and enjoyable with no gimmicks and no games. We offer you a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks in every price range, starting as low as $59.95, with rates as low as 2.9%. For your peace of mind, all of our vehicles are Carfax certified, and almost all are local trades. We don't believe any dealership will work more diligently than Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai to provide you with a quality vehicle that's Carfax certified at a better price. Why don't you drop by and experience for yourself the Pinehurst Toyota Hyundai difference?
Does the idea of getting out into US 1 traffic make you cringe? The increasing traffic and impersonal service of chain drugstores is a reminder of why we like small town life. Hello, I'm Pat McLean, and I would like to welcome you to McLean Drug. We are located at 735 South Bennett Street beside Gold's Gym. It's all here. Friendly, helpful service, convenient access, drive-through window, and discount prices. So stop by or give us a call at 246-9355.
McLean Drug on Bennett Street in Southern Pines for the personal prescription touch.
Fred, we've been getting a lot of questions about club fitting in Knollwood lately. Why should people come see us before they buy new clubs?
Let me tell you, some of the main reasons I think is because we do such a great job at helping people find the right specs on new clubs. We use the most expansive fitting systems from Ping and Wilson. We use Flight Scope and Doppler radar. We are PGA teachers as well as fitters. We have over 200 people come to us each year for the last 5 years. We hit off a grass outside and not in the nets, so you're actually getting to see real ball flight. And don't forget, we're the only nationally recognized Ping fitting facility in the Sandhills. We're the national fitters in 2010.
Well, when you put it like that, it makes sense. Come by and see us at Knollwood Fairways on Midland Road in Southern Pines, 692-3572 or knollwood-midland.com.
We'll see bright blue skies and sunshine to kick off the weekend. Still a little windy at times, though not as much so as yesterday. We'll have mild temperatures and rather low humidity as highs range in the mid-50s to around 60. Should be clear and cold tonight. Our winds will taper off some with lows in the low to mid-30s. Then we'll see lots of sunshine and little, if anything, in the way of clouds for Sunday. We'll continue mild and dry to finish out the weekend with highs about like today. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Welcome back to All Things Moore County. We're live at the Fair Barn for the Moore County Home Builders Expo today. We're in day 2 of day 3. The show is running today until 5 p.m. and tomorrow from 11 to 5. We've had the opportunity to speak to a couple of exhibitors. who are here and available to talk to you if you come by and shop the show, so to speak. It's not a sales pitch they give you. It's a lot of consulting, a lot of education for future work if you're looking to do some remodeling. One of the biggest topics in our industry is security. The whole the emphasis on wireless. There have been so many changes in security over the years, and we are going to be speaking about that at this opening set with Jason Harpster of Central Security Systems in Southern Pines. So I want to say good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me over this morning.
I am a perfect person for you to talk to. When I see a TV set that I can't turn on, or I can't understand the wiring on a security system, you have to understand I was born in the 50s, and I have a completely different bent on how things work. Everything intimidates me.
No worries.
And scares me. And how do you simplify the process for people like me and people who are either trying to remodel and bring their home up to snuff, so to speak?
Absolutely. So you have people in different situations, and it's always a good approach to keep things simple and add to them as needed. You don't need to start off with making things more complicated than they should be. Our real goal and emphasis in not only keeping people safe and protecting their homes is to make things user-friendly and more approachable. It used to be with security systems that if you walked up to one or you were house-sitting for someone, that was an intimidation factor, and that's where we try to take a more personal approach to work with customers. You have to look at the individual situation because a lot of people already have an existing system. They may have not used it for a while, or it may have come with the house when they got it. And you don't necessarily have to spend more money than you need to and rip everything out. Quite often we can use the existing infrastructure and update things as necessary. If you're doing new construction, you have a bunch of options. It's good to plan. You have smart home options that can be integrated with the system. And same thing with the home theater side. You don't necessarily have to have a full-blown home theater system. We oftentimes do things that Best Buy and other companies where they sell TVs, they're a little bit afraid to get into some of these tougher installations like hanging it over a fireplace or fishing wires and making sure that stuff is really neat and tidy. We have an eye for aesthetics, and we really try to use our reputation and community services to show people that it's a good way to keep business local. We actually have Spring Fest coming up with the Southern Pines Business Association. That's the very last Saturday in April. We're very excited to help out and be a sponsor for that. We set up the speakers for the downtown. There's going to be music and live broadcasts there, and that's something that we've been helping with for about 7 years now. We also have our Movie in the Park series in the downtown park in Southern Pines. As you guys may know, we have 4 movies in the spring and 4 movies in the fall, and this is something that we do as a free community event in partnering with the town of Southern Pines. So it's one of the ways as a family business we like to give back.
You're a local company. As a consumer, I get inundated with infomercials on TV. Call 1-800 blah blah blah, and they throw prices on installed systems for security. We get mailers all the time. The consumer is very confused because there's so many messages out there.
Absolutely.
And what can you do to speak about the costs of the monitoring plus the install and the wires versus the wireless? It's a confusing hodgepodge for a lot of people.
It is, and a lot of people are choosing to take the do-it-yourself approach. I have to be honest, I just came back from a business conference where this was listed as a potential threat for the industry, but I like to look at things as there's always been do-it-yourself security systems. It's called getting a dog and a gun. And realistically, I think that people have more options than they ever have had before,
Right.
and that leads to some confusion.
Right.
So with wireless, you have options of using a landline, but those are going away. As people know, your plain old POTS lines, those used to be standard for every single system. A lot of people are getting rid of those and having voice over IP phones, which, there's some pros and cons associated with that. A lot of other systems are using cellular connections where you have a smartphone app and you can remotely arm and disarm. In terms of pricing, it's good to get quotes from different companies and also check out what their operation looks like. You can learn a lot about a business by going to their office and meeting the personnel that are going to be taking care of you if you need help. One of the things that we differentiate ourselves on is service. When looking at price, my father taught me that you have a triangle and you can focus on price, quality, and service. And in that triangle, you can only pick two. So if you look at price as the lowest common denominator, you're going to have to make a sacrifice in either quality or service. And that's where we've chosen to really differentiate and be strong, because we don't want people to have to wait for service. We don't want people to feel like they're stuck in a contract and you're having to use Central Security because you're locked into an agreement. We like to earn people's business, and I tell people I'm fortunate because I work with my father, my uncle, and my grandmother. So as a local family business, we like to do things right.
Jason, I know you are primarily on the security side, but you also have home theater
Yes, sir.
business. Are you part of that also?
Well, I'm fortunate because I've grown up and I've actually seen the technology transform. When we built our theater at the office, we started Sandhills Home Theater in 2000. And our very first demo room had a Laserdisc player, and it was the first place I saw Star Wars. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen at that point. Now we have all sorts of new technology, and a lot of people are coming in asking about 4K and different options with DirecTV or cable providers and internet providers. And man, if you think there's a lot of options on security, just wait till you get into home theater, because then it'll run the gamut. This is, again, where we like to take a keep it simple approach and make it more user-friendly for people. It used to be that my mom hated having to deal with, the TV and the receiver and the cable box because you had a different remote for every single component.
I'm with her.
This is where we can really make things simple. Some people prefer to even use their smartphone or their iPad as a remote to be able to control things, and it's quite easy to do smart home features with lights and thermostat to tie into that. So, not everyone needs all that, but it sure is a lot of fun to put those pieces together and make it nice.
We got into Apple TV about 5 years ago, and do a lot of streaming, watch a lot of movies, no commercials, and not exactly to the home theater status, but do you think eventually it's all going to be on the internet?
Yes, sir. That is an exciting direction, and my father's, in addition to being president, he's also a pilot. I was really excited when he told me that they're actually doing space launches. SpaceX, the new rocket that just went up, they're testing out satellites that will potentially be providing free internet to everyone within the next few years. So I think those are some lofty goals and aspirations. And to answer your question, yes, the traditional setups with cable providers and everyone being, stuck into different packages, or, for us, if you look at the cable industry locally, we have Spectrum and CenturyLink, and it seems like there isn't that much competition in the marketplace. Yes, sir, I think that's going to be changing.
Well, even radio at some point may be all on the internet.
Yeah, I think that is the direction it's going.
It will be a level playing field, whether you have 100,000 watts or 5,000 watts. It's all the same. It's going to be all about the programming.
Absolutely, and that's where you really, not to to sell Central Security and Sandhills Home Theater over people, but that's where it's more important to take a personal approach and actually know that you're going to be working with people that are pointing you in the right direction. And that's why I always say come into our office and meet with us, whether you just drop in or make an appointment. I'm happy to help out.
Yeah. Thank you so much. One last question. I want to go back to the security system issues. Monitoring.
Yeah.
The install charges appear to be so inviting right across the board, no matter whether you do wireless or whether you're just doing doors and not windows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it always seems to come down to the decision seems to be get the monitoring. Sometimes there's a difference. It could be anywhere from $20 to $40 a month, depending upon.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Even higher than that for some.
Even
some
higher
companies.
than that.
Yes, sir.
Is that a hard sell? Is that a difficult situation for you to have to explain to people, the monitoring portion?
That is a good question, and that's why I like to take a more educational approach.
Right.
A lot of companies in the security industry have a low-down, no-down approach where it's $100 down payment,
right,
or you can get a free security system.
Right.
As you guys know, nothing in this world is free, and what they're actually doing is locking you into a contract and financing the cost of the system over the back end of that. So, for example, if my cost on a system is $1,000, it's going to be the exact same as the other company. They're just making it up on the back end and have higher monitoring charges as a result of that. So I like to be more transparent and show, okay, here's what your monthly costs are going to be, and here's what the cost of the system is. You can actually do the math, and for a lot of people, over the long term, buying your system outright instead of getting into a lease is going to be a much better approach for people.
Yeah. So, you have a way of speaking to people like me, like I'm a second grader, so I can understand what you're saying, and you say it in a very calm, smooth way. So people who would come over to speak to you today at your booth can get a good overview without a whole lot of drama.
Absolutely.
Right?
And another thing, coming up here at the Home and Garden Show, we have a presentation at noon. I like to brag because one of our salesmen, Doug Tuxbury, I think that he is a spectacular gentleman. He's head of the Community Watch, and he's going to be doing a presentation here in a few minutes.
Yep. Okay.
Doug is a wonderful gentleman, and I like his approach that he takes with people. He has an interesting view on security. He served in the Secret Service and protected 5 presidents.
That's right.
After he got out of the Secret Service for being there for 18 years, he was head of security and looked at a lot of different installations for the DEA. Pinehurst is lucky to have
yes,
Doug as an asset, and I consider us to be very fortunate to have him as well.
Doug was a guest on our show a couple of years ago, talking about the Citizens Watch.
Yes.
And he was very eloquent. I would love to come and catch him. He is terrific. So he'll be at your booth this afternoon as well?
Yes, sir. And he was just telling me this morning that Pinehurst was voted the safest town in North Carolina, and I don't think it's no small thing. The efforts of the Pinehurst Police Department, Community Watch, and other organizations. One of the things we try to do is really reduce false alarms. That really is a waste on public resources, and we don't want to drain any police officers' responses, or, we like to prioritize, and that's one of the reasons that Pinehurst is such a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
That seminar, you're lucky now. That tent almost went away yesterday. I was seeing things collapsing.
Oh, these high winds have been pretty hectic.
Glad that leveled out, right?
Yes, very much.
Jason Harpster, thanks for coming and joining us. Central Security Systems, they're a well-known business in Southern Pines, a family business.
Yes,
and,
sir.
And if you need something explained in a nice, easy-to-understand way, I would highly recommend they speak with you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. It's been great to see you guys today.
Yeah, and we'll see you at Springfest as well.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it. We are continuing to speak here at the Moore County Home Builder Show till 12 noon today we have a bunch of guests that we're going to be talking to, some exhibitors as well. And the crowd is starting to come in. They're open till 5 o'clock today. Tomorrow they're open from 11 to 5. And there are some exhibits going on and some demonstrations all afternoon. There's plenty of food, and there are actually a lot of kids here, and they all look like they're under 12, so I think their parents just got them to come in complimentary. We're also going to be speaking with Danny Adams, a very well-known builder, Daniel Adams Construction and Garage Storage Solutions. And I've known Danny for many years. He's built many homes in Moore County. And you can always tell a builder is well established when you can walk into a home, you can look at the lines of the home, and you know it was built by a specific builder. So Danny has had a lot to say about the landscape of Moore County over the years, and it's a family business. His wife, Tracy, is involved. Your son, Dustin, is involved.
That's correct.
And
Jill, my oldest daughter.
I don't know do I know your oldest daughter?
Yeah, Jill.
Okay, that's right. So it is a family business. Besides the construction side of the business, you're also involved with a company. I want you to talk about, because it has to do with storage solutions.
Storage Solutions of North Carolina is a garage storage system, more known as monkey bars. And
monkey bars.
And it every time we build a home, all of our clients wanted us to build shelves or workbenches in the garage, and a friend of mine introduced this product to me, and I got pretty excited about it. It's a powder coated steel. The shelves for every 4 feet will hold 1,000 pounds, so you can put a lot of weight on them, and you can use that for long-term storage on the storage area that you can't use up high. Most garages have 9-10 foot walls, and you just can't use that space up. Well, this allows you to do that, and then you can hang the items that you want on a daily or a weekly basis on the lower part, and it makes it very accessible. There's about 11 hooks, a lot of accessories, ball bags. There's even saddle accessories to hang saddles on. It's been a fantastic product. Every one of our clients love it.
Yeah. Our booth is actually right across from yours, and you were showing me the materials this morning and some pictures. It's very impressive. You know, one of the biggest reasons people resell, they put their home on the market to sell and go buy another home, is because they want more square footage. Mm-hmm. And the reason they want more square footage is because they have too much stuff, and they probably don't have an efficient way to store it or organize it.
That's correct. A lot of our clients they go out and rent a storage unit.
Right.
We can put the shelving in there, and they can actually take the stuff out of the storage unit and use that space and utilize that space in the garage, and they don't have that monthly payment to do that. So that's worked out very well to give them extra storage area.
Yeah, and people today, you know, our younger demographic, when they look at a home, they are always looking at a garage.
That's correct.
The size of the garage. Can they get 2 SUVs in the garage? Plus, is there an alcove in the garage for the purposes of storage? Yes. And with all the younger kids, that means more stuff.
That's right.
And what do you do with it? And so you actually have one of your displays set up for children. I see bicycles, golf clubs, tennis rackets, soccer balls, some lawn equipment, all on one very well consolidated shelving system. And you had said that could hold up to 1,000 pounds worth of stuff.
That's correct. Yeah, and then the stuff that you don't get very often, as I mentioned before, you can put it up high.
Right.
But yes, you're correct. Bicycles, the little tri-bikes that they ride around, all the new toys, we can hang them up, and we've got 11 different hooks that we can use to make sure that we pick the right hook to be able to hang those items.
How long does it take to install some of the systems that I'm looking at?
We'll come out, we'll set up a time, we'll come out and lay out the garage for our clients and look and see what they've got, and we will do a layout for them and tell them what we think that they need for that. And when they'll look at it, they will set up a time to come out and install it, and usually we can install it in about a day's time. as long as they can give us about 4 feet, and then we'll actually stay with them and help them put the stuff up on the shelves and hang it so they can really see. And by the end of the day, they can drive their cars into the garage.
Is this stuff primarily for garage space?
Yes, we can use it in storage areas too. We have used it in outside storage units. We have what we call a shed bracket that we can put the hooks on. We put storage shelves and hanging items like at a lake. You know,
Right.
Somebody wants to put their canoes up, or they want to hang their life jackets, helmets, or whatever. We can put that in lower levels that are made for storage areas for lake items
And it
as
looks
well.
like the systems allow for customization.
Yes, that's what it is.
Basically, you can build it any which way they
That's
want
correct.
it and the way the space allows.
Right.
Um,
Every garage is different, and we have a different design. We've never done one system that looked the same.
Right. I'm trying to think. Just where I have a carport, I don't have a garage, but I don't have kids. I don't have all that stuff.
Mhm.
But for young families, is that your primary client?
Yeah,
for-
carports we'll use the shelves and the hanging items on it, but it works better when you got more walls to put the items on.
Okay. The name of the company is Monkey Bars, Garage Storage Solutions,
Storage Solutions of Central North Carolina.
and the Monkey Bars name.
Monkey Bars is a brand of a product that we use. So we have a cabinet line. Like lots of our clients, they want cabinets. They don't want to see anything. So we also have a cabinet line that's got a 1-inch shelf, holds a lot of weight, that we hang on the wall. It doesn't have any feet. Nothing touches the floor, so they can put it behind a cabinet as well.
Yeah, a smart way to do something for your existing home and to create more space
Yes.
inside the home if you can consolidate everything in the garage for sure. So let me shift gears with you because you've been in the construction business here for how long?
Well, about 40 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
Seriously?
I'm a native of the area, but I have a lot of Yankee friends.
You must, and you've built a lot of homes in Moore County over the years, and you have a very distinctive look. But you also have built many different types of homes. You're not just like locked into one certain price point.
Yeah. Our clients come in with different designs that they may not can find the right plan, but we'll take those plans and pick out the certain items or the rooms that they want and help them through the design phase, and then take them up to an estimate, and then go to the site and build their new home, and they move into it. So we take them from design all the way to the finished product, and we have a really good customer base, and probably 90% of our work comes from referrals.
What does the Moore County Home Builders Association mean to you?
Moore County Home Builders Association is very, very important, and now we're actually trying to get continued education. We're professionals. We're licensed builders, and we're professionals, and there's probably about an 80% failure rate in our business, and it's because they don't understand profit and overhead and what they need to do to run business. And there's a lot of good carpenters out there to become builders, but they just don't have that business background. So that Home Builders Association and the ARM and the different things that they can get a hold of and through the association is very important.
One of the most misunderstood things about new construction are the margins that you work on. And
that's true.
Oh my gosh. People think if you sell a home for X amount of dollars, that's what the builder made. And the margins they're shrinking, even though the cost of goods and materials are going up. So working with a licensed contractor, a member of the home builders, there are no surprises, hopefully, at the end of with upcharges. You have to estimate, you have to establish a baseline before you start, and it's got to be a great communication from the get-go.
We're very open book with our estimates. We have about 80 to 100 categories, and we do a detailed estimate, and we show that to our clients. And we build about 5% profit, 8% general overhead, and that's 13%. The norm in the industry is about 15 to 20%. So it's not a lot of money like a lot of folks. You got to work very hard for that. Where you can make a little bit of your money is if you use your talents to build a home for yourself and you're able to sell it. My wife and I have moved 18 times in the same area, and so we allowed, with the appreciation, it just allowed us to make a little bit of profit on each one of those homes. But no, you're exactly right. It's not the margins a lot of people think there is.
What about on remodeling?
Remodeling, we do. We've probably done 1,000 plus remodels and additions. We've done 600 custom homes to plus. But we like that side of the business. It's really neat to take an older home and do a transformation on it where it's up to date and open space.
But it can be more expensive than new construction.
It can be. It sure. We're talking to a client right now that bought some land with a house on it, but they want cathedral ceilings and some items that you would put in a custom home, and it would actually cost them more to try to customize that house than if we just take it down and build them another home.
Right. Danny Adams, it's good to see you. And I know I have a call to get to you and Tracy later today or tomorrow, and we have some things we're kind of working on aside from the show. But it's a pleasure to have you in, and I'm sorry your son Dustin couldn't come and join us.
Well, Bill, it's good to be here with you too, Bill. Thank you so much.
I met Danny Adams. We moved to Pinehurst in 2004, and I think by 2005 I was with another radio station, and I was with the Home Builders Association. This guy is so gregarious.
Yeah, he is.
And so just your demeanor.
Thanks.
I can imagine that your customers, they rely on you, and they really trust you.
Yeah, we've got some great customers, and like I said, about 90% of our work comes from referrals, so I appreciate those comments. Right. I really do. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks so much, Danny. Danny Adams, Garage Storage Solutions, and Daniel Adams Construction. We are going to go into the last leg of our show today, and we're covering as many bases as we possibly can. We are going to be speaking with the Plumbing Night and Amy Brewer. And Amy, I've seen you walking around the show today, and it's starting to get crowded here, and you're here till 5 o'clock today. The Plumbing Night is a well-known entity in Moore County. We had Rodney, as a matter of fact, on the radio show last week to do with his baseball career, the Carolina Baseball
Shot, yes, sir.
And so we found out he probably is out there today, not here at the show.
He is out at with the Optimist. They're having their evaluations today, and that's his way to give back to the community through baseball and through the kids. And
that's right.
So he will be here tomorrow.
How long has the Plumbing Night been in business here in Moore County?
Over 20 years.
And you've been with them for a long time?
I've been with them for over 10 and a half years.
Have you really?
Yes, sir.
You're the general manager?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You've been part of the Moore County Home Builders for?
Over 15 years. I don't know the exact, but I know it's been 15 or more years. We've been to the home show every year and really enjoyed this time.
What do you tell people when they come in selecting a plumber? A plumbing contractor, whether it be for a remodel or for new construction? What are some of the main points you try to hit on?
We pride ourselves on our customer service. I think that's what sets us apart from other plumbers. We have 89% of our customers are repeat or referrals, and that's just unheard of. I mean, that's just a great rate. And that's what we pride ourselves on is customer service, whether it's plumbing, electrical, or water treatment.
Sometimes people don't trust what they can't see. That's why when I go to a car dealer for a repair, I have to trust them. I don't know I couldn't change an oil filter if I wanted to. People don't see the guts of the home, the plumbing. So you go in and you establish a price for a specific type of a job, but they don't see it. They're not as aware of it. That makes it a little harder, doesn't it?
It does, and that's why we have to develop that relationship with them so that they will trust us. They don't trust plumbers, mechanics, or attorneys. That's just...
Yep.
So we have to prove to them, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is integrity.
So people who come into the show, if they're looking to do new construction, you partner up with lots of members of the Moore County home builders.
Yes, sir.
But what if they're just coming in to have you come out and do an MRI on their home, so to speak, if they want to upgrade their plumbing? What are some of the services that you offer to existing homeowners?
We do free estimates. We can do, replums. We do water treatment systems. We do rewiring. We like to know the house, and that's our job, is to get to know what's in your house and know what you need to take care of your plumbing, or your electrical or your water system. But we do all services.
And Bill, the electrical and the water systems is a fairly new part of the business, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is. It is. We've been doing electrical for the last 5 years, and just added on the water treatment for about 2 years now.
Why would somebody who had city water that gets treated, why would they consider a water treatment system over and above that? And I'm just asking it as a
with the
devil's
water
advocate.
treatment, we typically don't treat city water. What we do is drinking water to get them a taste. We do a reverse osmosis, which gets the water back to its original taste, which is no taste, but it just takes all the chemicals out. And but we typically don't treat city water, because they do treat their own water. It's just for taste.
There's a lot of, no matter what store you go into these days, there are all sorts of different bottled water products you can buy. Does a water treatment system help save you going that direction?
Yes, sir. I have one in my home as well. We have a drinking water system. It has its own faucet. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought bottled water. I just go up to my faucet and I'm able to turn it on and have that water.
And it's better for the environment as well, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
A question that I get from a lot of people sometimes is complain about their water pressure.
Yes, sir.
In certain areas, maybe that are of higher elevations.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that falls under your umbrella?
Yes, sir. We do pressure reducing valves, or
pressure increasing?
Reducing. Well, yeah, and that just controls the pressure, whether it's too high or too low. We also, a lot of that, it comes from maybe the sand in the line, the filters. So we do whole house filters as well,
right,
to keep sand and stuff out of the line.
Right.
But yes, sir. That does fall under our umbrella.
Okay. So you will be here today and tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And the plumbing night is also, you're called the electric night as well?
Yes,
and
sir.
the water night.
And the water night. Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of one-stop shopping.
Yes, sir.
When
exactly.
It gets to, and even though it's not the sexiest stuff that people will look at
right,
when they come in, because they want to see tile floor samples or window treatments, it's all the stuff that is so important for the operational status of a home.
Yes, sir. We're not, like you said, it's not an attractive booth, but we do have some interesting things. We have a tankless water heater in there as well, the instant hot water, and we have that set up where you can look at the insides, and we have a generator, and like I said, it's not the things you want to look at, but it's the things that you need.
Very well said, Amy. Thank you for coming to join us. The plumbing night is here today till 5 and tomorrow from 11 to 5. Just another one of the fine exhibitors that are here to talk to you and answer your questions, and maybe put some of your fears at rest and better explain some of the systems that a homeowner would like to know.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for having us. And y'all come out and see us. We're in booth number 3.
Booth number 3.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a pleasure to have you.
Thank
you so much. We'll be right back. This is All Things Moore County.
Sounding scientist, and I am here for a comfort experiment. We're going to recreate the way your home heating system works in your car. Crank up your heat, blast it at your face. Starting to break a sweat? This is central heating. A Mitsubishi electric zone comfort solution with hyperheating allows you to get just the right amount of heat exactly where you need it. Fast. No cold drafts. It's comfort made personal. This concludes our little comfort experiment.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. 235-0606. Sharp, versatile, and powerfully connected. This is the 2018 Cadillac XT5 crossover. Dynamic dynamic style matched only by its unlimited flexibility. Current GM lessees can now receive $750 towards the lease or purchase of a new 2018 Cadillac XT5. $379 a month for 36 months for qualified lessees, with $40.79 due at signing. Experience the Clark Cadillac difference. Come pick yours out today at Clark Cadillac on Dundee Road in Pinehurst.
The Moore County Home Builders Association presents the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo Friday, March 2nd through Sunday the 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Over 35 exhibitors just waiting to help you turn your home into a castle. Seminars and demonstrations Saturday on remodeling or building a custom home to landscaping and home maintenance. On Sunday, safety demonstrations by the Pinehurst Fire Department and home crime prevention by the Moore County Sheriff's Department. Admission is $7 per person, free for children 12 and under, and Friday active military admitted free. Food trucks and craft beer will be available all weekend. It's the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo, March 2nd to 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Friday and Sunday 11 to 5 and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Sponsored by Builders First Source and Ferguson's Bath and Kitchen Gallery. Also by Garage Storage Solutions and by Southmore Heating and Cooling. For more details, go online to MCHBA.com and click on events, or visit the Moore County Home Builders Facebook page.
We are back for our final set of All Things Moore County here live at the Moore County Home and Garden Expo today through 5 p.m. at the Fair Barn and tomorrow from 11 to 5. Our next guest is very well known in Moore County, Art Parker, who is the owner of Aberdeen Exterminating. Art's been a member of the Moore County Home Builders for over 20 years, and Art, you've been in business in one form or another here since the early 1960s.
Absolutely, yeah. Our father was started the company in 1960, and I've been involved with it since I was a teenager.
Yeah, which was 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I wish, but yes, I've got a good background in knowing the area, knowing the problems we face here.
Yeah. People in my business, in the real estate business, know you as the gold standard when it comes to termite control, mosquito control. When we are doing inspections for our clients, you have always been the go-to person, the largest company in the area. You've been coming to this show for 20 years?
Yes, sir, at least that. We're probably involved in the first one and been here pretty regularly since.
People who come here who don't know the Sandhills, sometimes they're surprised when we are telling them as real estate professionals, make sure you have a termite warranty.
Yes, sir. It's very important. North Carolina is a high-pressure area for termites. Everybody needs a warranty and then regular inspections just to ward off problems down the road, keep the house safe, no damage.
Right. People mistake sometimes warranties for an inspection, and it's not.
No. Warranty includes inspections, but it also includes, treatments and damage repair should you have a problem.
So you go into a home to assess its condition and the availability that you have to underneath the structure, and you determine what the first year price would be to put the home under a warranty. Correct. Right.
You pay an initial fee for initial treatment, and then basically it turns into an ongoing warranty program on an anniversary basis.
So a termite warranty is an insurance program?
Essentially, it's termite insurance in very simple terms, yes, sir.
But every year you go back to renew that policy, you have to do another full-blown inspection on the house to make sure that everything is the way it was the year prior.
Absolutely. We want to make sure there's nothing going on that would be detrimental to the structure.
Okay.
And, of course, if there is something going on, we want to get it corrected as soon as possible.
It's also one of the greatest things to have on a home if a seller is going to be putting their home on the market for sale. There's value to having a termite warranty on a home, and it assures the buyer that the sellers have pride in ownership and are watching every little bit of the home that they can.
Right. You know, it's kind of if you want to purchase a home, you want no surprises when you get there. And so, inspections are extremely important, yes.
What are the things that people need to be concerned about to minimize the incidence of termites?
Basically, we're looking for a dry environment, no wood against the house or under the house, any kind of food source for termites that would attract them. And dry environment is extremely important.
Right. So crawl space inspections are important. And how do you deal with the home that is built on a slab?
Well, you don't have a crawl space, but you can do perimeter monitoring, treatments, and interior inspections. So you don't have the advantage of being able to go under the structure, but you can still deal with it.
And what do you say to people who say, well, I don't need a termite warranty, my house is all brick?
Well, brick is only the facade. Everything else inside, doors, windows, studs, all are wooden.
Right. Aberdeen Exterminating also does seasonal pest control and mosquito control.
Yeah, mosquito control has been a more popular item across the United States due to all the concerns with Zika and the other diseases that are carried by mosquitoes. So that's become a real popular service that we offer. Basically, it's a season only. It's not a year-long process. It's basically April to October.
A termite warrant. Let's go back. Termite warranty can run roughly about $150 a year after a house goes under contract with you.
That's correct. It varies a little bit, but that's a good ballpark figure to get.
Yeah, a very important thing for people to do. And Aberdeen Exterminating has been here for many years, and like I said, they are the gold standard in the community, and especially in the real estate broker community, which is very important because we wind up being sometimes the first point of contact for you. You do closing inspections, and then you go in, and you just did one for us, and you provided us with a free estimate of what it would cost to put a home under a termite warranty. And so the buyer gets to review it and make a decision. And how good is that free inspection for if they're closing 30 or 60 days from the time of the inspection?
We're going to honor it for, basically at least a minimum of 6 months. If you got beyond that, we might want to do a secondary inspection, but a minimum of 6 months.
Okay. And you're in downtown Aberdeen?
Yes, sir.
And you've got it's a family business. It still is?
Still is. My wife is involved in the office. My son is now a licensed pest control operator, third-generation pest control operator, which is pretty rare.
Right. Well, it's good to see you. Glad you could come and talk with us. And you'll be here today till 5, and you'll be here tomorrow from 11 to 5?
Absolutely. Everybody needs to come out. A lot of free giveaways from us and everybody else here.
Thanks, Art Parker from Aberdeen Exterminating. It's good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Home Builders Association presents the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo Friday, March 2nd through Sunday the 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Over 35 exhibitors just waiting to help you turn your home into a castle. Seminars and demonstrations Saturday on remodeling or building a custom home to landscaping and home maintenance. On Sunday, safety demonstrations by the Pinehurst Fire Department and home crime prevention by the Moore County Sheriff's Department. Admission is $7 per person, free for children 12 and under. Hooper, and Friday active military admitted free. Food trucks and craft beer will be available all weekend. It's the 2018 Spring Home and Garden Expo, March 2nd to 4th at the Pinehurst Fair Barn. Friday and Sunday 11 to 5 and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Sponsored by Builder's First Source and Ferguson's Bath and Kitchen Gallery. Also by Garage Storage Solutions and by Southmore Heating and Cooling. For more details, go online to MCHBA.com and click on events or visit the Moore County Home Builders Facebook page.
Don't have a family member in the insurance business? Call us first. First Casualty Insurance Group. We represent over 3 dozen outstanding companies and can provide you with the right insurance at a cost that makes sense. Let's have a look. We'll do a top-to-bottom review and it won't cost you a cent. Your place or ours, there's no obligation. Get the coverage you need at a price that makes sense. Just call 910-692-8303. For over 30 years, our customers know where insurance is concerned, you should always think first. First Casualty Insurance Group, Southern Pines. 910-692-8303.
Do you know what's lurking in the water that comes in contact with you and your family? Is there something in your water? Bad odor, bacteria, iron, lead, arsenic, brown or blue-green stains? Do you have dry skin, hair discoloration, or your water just tastes bad? If you need an RO system or water conditioning, then it's time to call American Water Treatment Services. We at American believe that we can do just about anything with your water, except walk on it. Our water guys believe that you, as a customer, deserve prompt and courteous service at a fair price. American Water Treatment is fully insured with a AAA Plus rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call American Water Treatment for a free in-home water analysis. You can also find us in the Yellow Pages under Water. Call American Water Treatment at 910-944-3140 or online at AmericanWTS.com. Call us at 910-944-3140 and ask
5 o'clock as well. It's become a first rite of spring each March. With these exhibitors, and I can tell you the spirit at the show is great. People are here to talk to you and to educate you. It's not a salesperson getting in your face, and it's not like that at all. There's a lot of counseling going on. We have the privilege of talking with Taylor Smith, who is with Southmore Heating and Cooling out of Pine Bluff. And Taylor, this is a family business.
Yes.
And you are still a college student.
Yes.
But you're learning the business from the ground up.
Yes, I have.
Okay, and you guys have been in business, I mean, well before you were even thought of, 32 years ago.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Mom and Dad in the business?
My grandpa originally started operating it,
okay.
And then when he passed away, my dad took it over.
Okay. And how long have you been with Southmore Heating and Cooling?
Since I could walk.
See, so you know, you breathe, you understand heating and air.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people who come in, they see pretty systems that you set up outside the house, but the newer systems today are clearly more efficient. And one of the things I always hear from people when they say, if you have a heat pump on the house, the average life expectancy is 12 to 15 years.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes, it's typically accurate because that's about the time when the system would start to fail and would start needing replacement. And for some people, it's better just to replace it than have to consistently change parts.
So one of the most expensive parts is a compressor, is it not?
Yes.
So when people are faced with that choice after 10 or 12 years, you have to do a cost analysis. If you're going to spend the money for a compressor, wouldn't it possibly be better to get a more efficient system?
Oh, yes, I would think so. Especially by then the technology would be updated, and it would probably run more efficiently.
So do you work with new construction homes?
Yes, we do.
As well as remodels and service updates?
Yes.
Do you do service contracts for existing homeowners?
Yes, we do.
Maintenance programs?
Maintenance agreements, yes.
Okay. And do you have a lot of contact yourself with the consumer? With the
client?
Yes. I can tell.
Yes. I work in the office.
You do. So you're on the phone with them all the time?
Yes.
Tell people what the difference is in a SEER rating, where you have a 16 SEER system versus a 12 SEER, or even these days up to 18 SEER in terms of efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Well, typically the higher SEERs run more efficiently for bigger homes, and if you're going to use it more, the smaller SEERs are more recommended for smaller homes and someone who's not going to run it as often.
And you also get involved in something called mini-split systems,
yes.
Which is, you want to explain what that is, a mini-split?
A mini-split is it's like a smaller version of like a heat pump. It's more of a in-home, like a temporary sort of thing.
And there's no ductwork.
No ductwork.
You have a compressor outside, and you can put it on a wall for like a Carolina room or a space, and it's a very quiet air
Yes.
pattern, and it's very efficient. But the good thing is there's no ductwork.
Yes.
In Europe, they use ductless systems all the time, but you do those as well.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So if people come out today to your booth, you'll have the ability to explain to them the ins and the outs of new systems versus maintenance programs and ductless systems?
Yes, we would.
Okay. Do you get out in the field much, or do you leave that up to your team?
Typically that's left to the team, but I've been out there a few times.
Okay.
I have experience with it.
Today, the systems are getting smaller and smaller, aren't they?
Yes.
Pretty soon they're going to disappear, but they keep getting more and more efficient.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Remodels that you do, one of the things somebody can do in a remodel is to update their system, especially, you said, after 12 to 15 years?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your maintenance programs that you offer.
If you have a maintenance agreement, then we'll come out once every 6 months and we'll change filters, refill Freon, clean it up, make sure everything's running efficiently. And, if it's not, from there we'll see what we have to do. And it's basically just a checkup for your unit to make sure that it's running properly and you're getting the proper efficiency out of it.
Okay. There are a lot of choices that people can make when it comes to heating and air.
Yes.
Why Southmore?
Southmore because everyone says they're a family business, but this is honestly a family business. My grandpa started this back 32 years ago, and when he passed away, my dad became my boss. My brother is my coworker.
He was your boss anyway,
Yes,
right?
always.
Okay.
But my dad's my boss, my mother's my manager, my grandma's the financial advisor, and my brother is my coworker.
Okay.
So it is extremely just family-oriented, and everything we do, we take very personally.
You have nowhere to go to misbehave. You are stuck.
Oh, yes.
Right? You are locked in.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You can't look over your shoulder without getting in trouble.
Oh, no.
Southmore has been here for 32 years. They have a great reputation. The cost of the systems are something that you walk through with the client because every system has a different cost attached. There's ductwork involved. Sometimes there's ductwork replacement involved.
Yes.
But you have to check so many things about the home before you recommend a specific system. And the tonnage, the size of the unit.
The size of the house, everything.
Okay. So you're located, as you walk in the front of the Fair Barn today, your booth is actually to the immediate right.
Yes.
As you come in. We want to thank you for coming in and speaking on behalf of your family. Did great.
Thank you.
Southmore Heating and Cooling in Pine Bluff. And we will see you today, and we will see you tomorrow till 5 o'clock.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Southmore Heating and Cooling. We are wrapping up here today. The show is starting to get crowded. There's ample parking here at the Fair Barn, and it's a combination of a lot of different demographics. Lots of kids. There are food trucks. There are exhibits going on today. Lots of good conversation being had, and it's like one-stop shopping, which is a great thing to do. Tickets are $7. And what else can I tell you? It's just a fun place to be. Children are free under 12 years old. We look forward to seeing you here. And we've had a great opportunity to speak to some really good guests. Later this afternoon, there will be a Triangle Wine exhibit. The fire department will be speaking tomorrow. Central Security Systems will be speaking tomorrow at 12 noon. And there's actually going to be a presentation at 2 o'clock by the Moore County Sheriff's Office about protecting your home from crime. Thanks for joining us today, and come on out today and to the Moore County Home and Garden Expo. And please have a great week. Thank you.
990 AM. WPDB Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen. And on the web at talk973.com.